Listen, I am like diving in, talking to you guys. And I look,
go. Come on. 1, 2, 3.
What's up? What's up?
Yo.
What's up, you guys? We literally did all that. We realized I was muted. How are you guys? Come on in the room. We are so excited. Fearless Podcast episode.
It's not Fearless Podcast.
Fearless Investing Podcast.
Get the name right.
You're right.
Okay. Episode next. Nobody don't know what number it is.
I really don't know what number it is. Is it number 4?
4, 5, something like that.
Welcome.
Yes.
Welcome, you guys.
We're gonna play a quick video of the conference, and then when we get back, we are going to dive into how Miss Adrienne Mooney has been able to do. Is it 5 or 6 deals in the last year? 6 deals in the last year.
Absolutely.
Let's go. Work it out. Oh, and drop that video.
Yo, what's going on? Listen, it's Keith Everett, Real Estate Diddy. I'm right here at the Simple Sexy Flipping Conference. I gave 10 ways on how to find off-market properties. If you're somebody trying to learn how to use the bank, find private money lenders, and know how you can fund the properties, you need to be here.
I would definitely recommend this event to anybody, especially if you're looking to get started in this business, because sometimes you just don't know where to go, and sometimes you don't know how to get started. And sometimes it could be the reverse. You got the motivation, but you don't have the education, or you have the education, you don't have the motivation. So sometimes it's being in certain rooms with certain people that'll kind of uplift you or inspire you or get you moving, get you thinking. But more importantly, this is the kind of room you want to be in, especially if you're a newbie.
Let's go, you guys. Happy Monday. I hope you guys are starting your week off on the right track. Hope you're executing, knocking those things off of your to-do list, but also knocking down those fears that you're facing, those fears that's stopping you from achieving the things that you need to achieve before the year is even out. I thought you were about to say, listen. So I was watching a sermon yesterday. I didn't go to church, so I was watching it on my TV. And the pastor.
So you're at home, Kristen.
I am some.
She went to bedside Baptist. Bedside Baptist.
Tanya, you was right next to me. Don't do that. Don't do that. But so what the pastor said was, a lot of times we push things out saying, okay, well, I'll do it. But there's still time this year where you can accomplish some goals. So don't just push it back and keep saying, yeah, I'll do it. I'll do it next month. I'll do it next year. No, if this is something you want to do, put in the time to do it. Just do it.
Take action now. Get started now. Don't wait. All right. So are you going to introduce our guest?
You talking, so you start. Yeah, he always try to do. That's his way of throwing it off on me. No, you do it. Go ahead. Are you going to? That means no. Listen, y'all.
Y'all. Oh.
I want you guys to share this podcast, share this live stream with on your page, share this with others that you may know. I remember, all right, so who we have next to us before I say what I remember. Who we have next to us is Miss Adrienne Mooney. Adrienne Mooney started X Flipper Academy in, was it September of 2022?
Was it that late? I don't remember exactly.
So it was like close to
It
the end of the
probably
year
was.
in 2022.
It probably was.
She got her first deal under contract. She got her first deal in November of 2022. Yeah. Since then, you've done a total of how many deals so far?
6.
All right.
6 deals.
6.
All right. So we're gonna get to them 6 deals. All right.
Do you remember what your goal was when you first started?
Did I even have a goal when I first started? I mean, I was just interested in knowing what you guys did. Lawrence Barron introduced me to you guys.
Shout out to what do you call yourself? Birmingham Bear. What Lawrence
Oh my
himself?
goodness! Why did you
I
say
cannot- oh, he
that?
gonna kill
Shout
me.
out to Lawrence
He gonna kill me.
Barron.
He
Shout
gonna
out to
kill me.
Lawrence Barron.
Okay, but yeah.
You can't give direction in the middle of a lie. I'm just telling you.
Anyway, yeah, Lawrence mentioned it to me because he was rehabbing a house around the corner from me. He grew up in my neighborhood, and so he is very big on rehabbing properties in Fairfield. And so he told me about the Denmarks, and initially I was like, I can't do that because of the price. But I decided that it's what I wanted to do, and so I did it. There again, doing it scared. But I did it. Anyway, y'all, I am Adrienne Mooney.
All right, okay. So we're gonna come back to that price point thing. We're gonna come back to it, all right?
Absolutely.
So my question is, who is Adrienne Mooney? Like, I think everybody has things that they can connect to people with. So Adrienne Mooney is a mom. Adrienne Mooney.
Wait, who is Adrienne Mooney?
Adrienne Mooney is. Let's go. Fill it in. I just said one just to give you an example, but who is Adrienne Mooney?
Okay, Adrienne Mooney is the mom of 2 beautiful children, Demarius, who will be 30 next month, and Raven, who just turned 22 on Friday. So shout out to Raven.
Happy birthday.
And she's a lover of people. She loves to make people smile. She loves to make people laugh. She loves God. First and foremost, if I didn't love God, then I wouldn't be able to love people. And I'm an investor.
Okay.
I was a realtor first.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
I am now an investor, and I am loving it.
Loving it.
I am.
Okay.
So, y'all know I just got to go sidetrack. Shout out to Rowdy.
Right. Just showed up.
Shout out to Rowdy. Rowdy, we need you to go ahead and book your Fearless Investing podcast so we can get you on. I think the team's been looking for you. Just to let you know.
Yeah. Tap
Yeah.
in.
All right. Going back to Adrienne. When Adrienne first started, she was working for Blue Cross Blue Shield. Within about less than 30 days, she told me, I just want to let you know that I have put in my notice and I'll be doing real estate full time. Yeah, in total transparency, my heart started to beat fast. Like, wait a minute. What do you mean we didn't even set up a strategy for you doing this? But that was a part of, if you ever hear us say you got to do it while you're scared, that's what Adrienne said I would say this whole year. She would say, okay, it was who told you had to do it while you were scared?
Who told me?
Yep.
You
What?
probably did.
It was your pastor. It was the sermon.
Yeah. And so that's what I've been doing. Just doing it scared. And I'm still scared, but it's okay.
But it's okay.
I'm not
Absolutely.
as afraid as I was before. Before I would break down and cry if I saw Home Depot calling me. Now Home Depot calls me and they all know me. So when they call me now, it's like, hey girl, who you got in the store today? So I'm all in now.
Let's dive into pre-investor
Adrienne. Ooh,
What was the fear? Like, what was Adrienne's fear? What was your biggest fear about taking this investor journey?
Not knowing what I was doing. I know nothing about investing. I know nothing about flipping a house. Picking knobs. I never had to do those type of things. Those were things that's already in the house that I purchased.
So why should I know about this?
I don't have to do those things. Buying stoves, buying refrigerators, buying dishwashers, buying hinges,
Paint colors.
I mean, I never had to do those type things. So that was really something that scared me. But now I'm a pro. I went walking through Floor and Decor Thursday or Friday, I think it was. Went walking through Floor and Decor just to look so that I will have an idea of what I want the next time that I go. Like I said, now I'm just so much more comfortable with it and I can talk about it more freely than before. I still don't know. And I know I'll never know all that there is to know. But
Absolutely.
Right now, I do feel a little bit more comfortable.
If somebody is watching and they're in your shoes, they have that fear of, I just don't know what to do. What advice would you give them?
Come on and join the family. That's all I can say. Join the family. It has been great for me. They are amazing people, and they're continuing to show me what I need to know. So I would just say, give them a call. I'm sure they'll give you their number before this is over, but give them a call and just come on in and, like I said, join the family.
Join the family.
So I want to dive into some fears. I think it's important to understand that throughout the journey, there are going to be fears. All right. So you might fear one thing. Your first fear may be, okay, I don't know enough getting started. That's your first fear, right? And then as you're getting there, it's okay, am I going to do it right?
Yeah.
Do I even have the ability to even manage a deal? So your first flip.
Okay, so even before we get to that part,
Mm-hmm.
I think the first biggest fear was money. Where am I going to get the money from?
Ooh.
Yeah, remember that?
Oh, so
It was where I'm going to get the money from. And I had a HELOC, but I didn't think to use my HELOC to do this.
So
that's so many angles to go with.
Right, because you started off, it was okay. Use some of the HELOC as your down payment, and that got you into the deal without using your own money. And then it was a fear of, okay, where does that money come from? Where does that payment come from? How do I even fund the draws?
I gotta say this. All right, so this was probably the funniest thing ever, y'all. Adrienne calls and like when she tell y'all she like crying, she be like
she was crying.
She's like, they keep calling me to pay for stuff. I don't know where this money's gonna come from. I just don't know. Like I'm lost. Credit card balance going up. It's just all over the place. So at first, we just assumed that she understood how to maneuver the money. But by the time we finished the conversation, she never took all the money out of the HELOC for the project. She only took out what she needed for closing, and she was scrambling for the rest of the money. So by the time we finished the conversation, it's like, did you take all the money out of the HELOC? Like, is that money gone? She's like, no, I never took that money. Like, that's where the money come from. That's what you pay Home Depot with. That's what you pay your interest payment with, is the money in the HELOC. And that was the funnest thing ever because it was like a complete meltdown for no reason.
It was, but they were not even in town.
We wasn't in town.
Had the meltdown, which is why I had the meltdown. Antonio had to leave Birmingham to go to Florida to check on his son. And when check on his brother.
Yeah.
And when I tell you that I sat in front of the house and cried like a baby because they were asking for money and
you like, I ain't got nothing on this card no more.
No, so I want to give a shout out to my girl Robin.
Absolutely.
Robin came through for me. She talked me off the ledge, and as soon as I got off the phone with Robin, I went straight to the bank and pulled all the money off the HELOC and put it into my account.
Yeah.
And I've been going at it.
Been going good since
Absolutely.
then.
Absolutely.
Going good since then.
And I think that's important too. Being around like-minded people who are going to help you when you start to have that meltdown. Remind you, okay, here's the next step. Remember, this is what you do so that you can keep going, because a lot of times the people who are around us haven't accomplished the things that we're trying to accomplish. They don't know what it is that we're trying to do. So we're asking them for help and they like, I don't know, I told you not to do that anyway. Like, it's too risky. But when you get around people who are doing exactly what you're trying to do, that conversation is different. That motivation is different. And you can literally push yourself to keep going.
And I would say Robin is also a part of A Super Family. And she had just did her first deal. So that's why she was able to help Adrienne, walk her through it, calm her down, because she had that experience. It wasn't like just calling my auntie and say, hey, there's something going on and I don't know what's happening, and they can't help you. So we have pillars to success, and one of our pillars is making sure you are around the right people and you are allowing the right things to go in your head, and you're not listening to the wrong people. That's creating fear. That's creating
on top of the fear you already got, because you already got fear. You don't need any extra fear. Any extra fear. All right, so we walking down memory lane. We are in the middle of project number 1. We realize what our funding is, so now we're moving closer to the finish line with this project. What was your next fear?
Another project?
Your next fear was another project?
Selling up the
project. Selling that was the fear.
He was so
under contract.
Keep in mind, she's an agent. All right. So we be playing tricks on ourselves, y'all. We be talking to ourselves. Actually do it too. But sometimes we create scenarios that's not there.
Yeah, they haven't existed. They're probably not about to exist, but if you put it into the atmosphere, it may just actually happen.
Yeah, so it was a fear of, how am I going to sell this property? Nobody's going to buy this property. Interest rates are going up. The market is slow. What am I going to do? And we got the property under contract in how many days?
17 days.
17 days. By day 10, she was ready to give up, y'all. She was like, something ain't right. It ain't going like we needed to go. But it's like, just be patient. It's going to come. She was ready to rent it out 17 days in. We like
10 days in.
10 days in. And we like, just be a little more patient. Like, not yet. Not saying that's a bad option. But let's wait just a little bit longer. Let's let a couple more people get their eyes on the property, because she was getting good showings. So, like, because she was getting a certain amount of showings, that told us that
a deal was going to be made.
An offer was coming soon. Like, you have to get so many eyes on your property before you can actually get an offer. It's rare that the first person walk through the door is going to make the offer.
In this market. But in a lot of markets.
In most markets.
Except for 2020 market. That was ridiculous.
That was crazy.
That's ridiculous. I said that word right.
You did.
Okay.
You learned a new word.
So we under contract. We sell that property. And at what point did we start talking about business funding? Was it during the project or after the project? When did that come?
I think it was basically after the project. And what happened in that scenario is that we started talking about credit. I think it was, and I don't discuss my credit, so I'm just gonna say we started talking about credit.
If you ever talk to them, Mark, you're gonna talk about credit. You're gonna talk about money. We're gonna talk about finances. That's my conversation.
And I don't give my credit score to anybody because I've had identity theft along the way, so I don't discuss that freely.
Okay.
I apologize.
You
gotta apologize.
So, all right. So we had that conversation. I think a lot of times we are afraid to talk about that in our community when it comes to credit because it feels like it's your personal thing. Like, that's my business. Nobody needs to know. But I'm gonna tell y'all this, and I'm gonna tell y'all this about everything that you do. If you don't talk about it, no one can help you accomplish those goals because you're holding it in and you don't have a posture of letting go, releasing to be able to give. So you're not going to receive anything back. So you got to have a posture in order to give it, in order to receive it.
But we had that conversation.
We did.
And Antonio was like, "Damn, girl, you said man, you could be using somebody else's money instead of using your own." Miss Adrienne, come on now, you for real?
That sounds like me.
So
I probably got super excited.
So we gotta say it. What was your credit score?
People told you she don't talk about her credit.
Just give me the score.
Just say above, but no.
One score.
Just
Not
say
all
above.
three
Just say
girls.
above.
600.
You gotta do better than that. What's your credit score?
Okay, above 725.
Okay.
All right, I can deal with that.
Okay.
So 725, and just know that we about to give some game today. All right, so just gonna relax some shoulders because we about to tell it all. All right, need some more water. We about to tell it all because you don't drink, so I can't offer you a shot or something. I need you to drink this water and let them shoulders loosen up.
Oh boy.
All right, so we had a 7 middle-ish credit score. You had just lended your HELOC.
I did.
After you did that flip, you lended on your HELOC. You did some funding for someone that's investing in real estate. So you started making what I like to call in your sleep money, using that profit and using your HELOC.
Right.
I'm not gonna say profit, using that HELOC. So the HELOC started working for you, and now you like, well, dog, I done lended my HELOC. I ain't really got enough to do my next deal, and now I'm a little bored. So
what am I gonna do now?
What am I gonna do now? Yeah. So turning the credit into cash.
What does that mean?
Getting business funding, but using your personal credit to get business funding fast versus building up that business and then getting funding.
Okay, so we got to drop a
break it down
101 section in here. I know this is the Fearless Podcast, but we're gonna get some game too.
Okay.
All right. So when you are going for business funding, there's 2 ways to get business funding. One way is to build it from scratch. You have your net 10, your net 30 accounts. You have your tier 1, tier 2, tier 3 accounts. And it's a process. You just got to build it up over time. It takes about 6 months to a year before you can actually get some real good credit building it that way.
Mm-hmm.
That's one way to do it. The other way to do it is if you have good personal credit and you have all the data points, you can use your personal credit to get business funding in the business name. All right. And that's the expedited way of doing it. So sometimes you can have a new LLC. It's best if you have an older LLC. That's the best way to get the most amount of money. But the thing that we like about business credit this way is if you go to the right lenders, that business credit doesn't report to your personal credit. So if you get a line of credit for $50,000 and you max that line of credit out, it doesn't affect your personal credit. So your personal credit will still be intact, even though you maxed out the business card on the business side. Now, once you finish the deal, you pay it back. But if you was to do that on your personal credit will take a major hit. Don't ask me how I know. Just know that when you use your personal credit to do a deal, and you use that utilization up high, that's going to drastically affect your credit score.
All right. So first approval came in around. You're not gonna tell them, so I'm gonna tell them. You gonna tell them?
First approval, off the rip. How
What
much
was your
did we
first
get?
approval?
What's the first one? It was probably 20. It wasn't the 75.
75 was
It
first.
was the 75.
So you got 75,000 on your first approval for business funding.
First approval.
Yes.
After that was the. You just said it
20.
was the 20. So now we at 95,000 in business funding in like a matter of days from this conversation. So I'm gonna tell y'all.
Like it's not much. Like it's not, hey, maneuver this, do that. It's like, hey, we're gonna go for funding. By that next week, we was getting approvals.
Yeah, it was a week or two.
And I remember every time she got a new approval, she would say, just got some more. I just got some more. What am I gonna do? And it becomes a lot of times when you go through business funding, sometimes it's like, dang, I really just got this to jumpstart my business. I think I know what your fear was, but I want you to tell me, what was your fear when those funds started rolling in? Because you got over 100,000 in funding for business, but what was your fears after you got that funding?
How am I gonna pay this back? I mean, I'm using this credit, and depending on how much you use, the balance, I mean, the payment is astronomical. So how am I going to pay this money back? Because I don't have it. So where's it going to come from? And of course, my big brother / son over there said, you pay it back when you do a deal. If you do a deal, then you just take that money and pay it back. So that's what I've been doing.
Okay, so let's talk about some of the deals you've done. So we know you talked about the flip you've done.
Mm-hmm.
Give us, out of your other 4 or 5 deals, what's your favorite one that you've done?
Ooh.
One where I didn't have to do anything.
Okay, we listening.
Come on in your sleep.
We listening. Come on, tell us
I'm
about
looking for more of those. More of those where I don't have to do anything but say, okay, here's the money and this is your interest rate, and I'm just waiting for you to pay me back. That's what I want to do. Okay. But it's not working like that right now because it will. Okay. But
So that was your favorite one? When you didn't have to do no work?
Yeah, sort of kinda. But then I kind of like this deal that I got going in Inslee.
Okay, tell us about it.
44th Street.
Tell us about it.
And I think I like it because of the contractors. I love my contractors.
Ooh.
Yeah, I love my contractors. And so because they know what they are doing and they know what to get, they know what you need, and you don't have to stand over them and make sure they're doing what needs to be done.
You got to micromanage.
Right,
Absolutely.
right.
Absolutely.
I've since gotten a contractor on my second project. Well, it's a third project, but the second one that I'm working on right now. And
Hold up. So you're doing 2 projects at one time right now?
mm-hmm,
All in the first year.
mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep. And so I like the fact that I did have to fire a contractor. And it's okay because he understood what was going on and we've talked about it. And he said to me since then, Miss Adrienne, whenever you need me, just call me. If you need me to help you with anything on this project, let me know and I'll come back and I will assist you. So we have that understanding as well. But I now have a contractor on that project that I don't have to just stand over and make sure that he's doing what he needs to do. So my tidbit to you on that is make sure that you vet your contractors. It may look good initially, but at the end of the day, it may not be as good as you want it to be. And so make sure that they are capable of doing what you need done. And if they are not the right contractor, like later found out that this contractor had never been over a project before, which in essence means that he really should not have been over this one. But what he was trying to do was bring a contractor in to assist him. And it was taking too long for him to do what needed to be done. And so we had to get rid of him. But it's okay because the project is moving right along perfect right now.
Okay.
Where did you find contractors? What the contractors that we have right now is a friend of one of my partners. The first person was a friend of one of my partners. And so that's why we were using him. And then the subcontractor that he was going to use is now our contractor. And so that's how we met those people. But another way that my partner has met contractors is just walking through Home Depot or Lowe's. Mm-hmm. That's how she's met contractors. Mm-hmm. And I have an arsenal in my pocket that I can't release, but I walk through Home Depot, Lowe's, and whenever you go to REI Live or through the property walkthroughs, talk to people because there are contractors around us all the time.
So absolutely, I agree with everything you said. One thing I will say from an advice standpoint, that contractor that you fired, he might end up being the best one you have. Because there's something about once they know you're serious, once they know that you're not playing, once they know that you know what you're doing, they act a little better.
And one thing with me is that I play about a lot of things. And y'all know me. I laugh. I can talk to anybody. I can joke with anybody. But a couple of things that I don't play about. Well, I'll just tell you one because I keep the other one to myself. But anyway, a couple of things that I don't play about is my money. One of the things I don't play about is my money. And a contractor will try to get you to give them money up front.
Talk to them. Tell them about that.
What have you done for me to give you money up front? And Antonio said Wednesday that there are certain contractors that he will give money to up front, but you have to be proven before I can give you money up front. What I have been taught is that they need to do something in order for you to be able to pull a draw. If they've not done anything for you to pull a draw, then I don't have any money to give you. Where you want me to pull it from? Because I don't have it. So I've had to explain that you got to do this portion of the work before I can give you any monies or request the draw. And once they understand how that concept works, then it's a little bit better to work with them. Because if they feel like you just got the money sitting over here and you need to, whenever I want it, you need to give it to me. I just had to tell somebody the other day, we're not going to nickel and dime this project. Okay. Not every time you put a piece of sheetrock up. Okay. I've put a piece of sheetrock up. Now I need some money. No, finish the bedroom, finish the bathroom, and do something in my kitchen.
Y'all, this is not the same Adrienne from a year ago. I'm just gonna say this. This is not. So let me tell you, I'm extremely proud of you. Just seeing the growth over the last year, just seeing the growth from, okay, what do I do next? Okay, how do I do this? To really taking charge and not being afraid to do deals, not being afraid to do multiple deals at one time. I know you just lended on a deal over the weekend, right before the weekend, and it was phenomenal. Just seeing it from not just getting paid one way as a realtor, but capitalizing and being able to get paid multiple ways just on one deal. And I know we talk about it a lot.
Cheat code right there.
We talk about it a lot, but it looks so good to see it structured and to see it actually go, that you're going to be making money. Well, you made money already, and then you're going to be making money just by not doing anything at all.
Because you're kind of in the alley.
All right, break it down.
All right. So on Friday, Miss Adrienne was a part of a deal that helped one of our other students get his first deal. So, but she was also the agent on the deal also. So she was the real estate agent, but she's also the lender. So she got paid for being the agent, and she also is getting interest off the money that she lent to do the deal. So it's kind of a win-win situation to where you can get money multiple ways, all within your ecosystem. We don't talk about ecosystems a lot. We learned that from Rowdy. He's coming to the conference, Simple Sexy Flipping Conference, January 12th to 13th. Make sure you get your tickets. But he talked about your ecosystem.
Well, he really helped us get our ecosystem aligned, because our ecosystem was all scattered everywhere. And he really put that on us to, okay, what does your ecosystem look like? And if it doesn't look right, why not? So shout out to Rowdy.
Okay. So you guys are saying ecosystem, and I'm sitting right here with you.
And what is the ecosystem?
Okay.
So ecosystem is every way that you or your business makes money. So like, yes, we're real estate investors. That's our core. But as a real estate investor, are there other ways that we can make money and still be a real estate investor? So your way is, okay, I can make money lending and still be a real estate investor. I can make money as a realtor and still be a real estate investor. So what are your...
You're going to make money partnering on another deal.
Partnering. That's another branch on your ecosystem.
All of those are in your ecosystem.
Mm-hmm.
So even though we don't necessarily talk about it, because that big word kind of scares some people, we teach it so that you are looking at multiple ways to make money by doing the things you're already doing. All right. So I got a question.
Trish says, I see a different Adrienne from her first flip.
Yes. It's night and day. It is only a year. Like it's amazing how much you can grow and change when you 100% commit to something.
Absolutely.
That's one thing I would say about Miss Adrienne. She's 110% committed to being a real estate investor. She's not halfway in. Some days she's in. Some days she's 100% committed, and that is the biggest thing that I would say. She's consistent. She's always willing to learn. She's always willing to help, and she's 100% in on making it work.
And I don't know if it's because when you went full time, you said, okay, I'm going full time, but that couldn't have been any better for you. Like, I usually advise, don't do it. Wait, set it up, make a plan, make sure you know what you're going to do.
Well, with that particular part, I worked for Blue Cross for 21 years. And my financial advisor said, the rates are like this, and you need to do this. And I was like, really? He said, yeah. You going to leave now or you want to wait? But I would suggest you leave now. And so that's what I did.
I did not know that.
Oh, all right.
That's what I did. And that's when I called Ashley and told her that I was leaving my job. It's been good. And I promise you, the only way that I'm able to do this is by faith.
Ooh.
And without faith, it's totally impossible to please God. And only faith moves God. My tears does not move God. My crying in the middle of the floor does not move God. But if I do not show him that I have faith in knowing that he's going to carry me through this whole thing, then it does me no good. I may as well go back to Blue Cross. But guess what? I'm not going back to anybody's job.
Let's go.
Oh my goodness.
So, and before you answer, take a second. Why real estate? Why not stocks? Why not cryptocurrency? Why real estate?
Well, it would never be cryptocurrency.
Okay.
I just don't believe in it. That just point blank. I just don't believe in it.
Can't touch it.
Right. and I was gonna say that when he asked the question initially, the first thing that came to my mind was it's tangible. And I can see it. And so that I think that makes it easier for just about anybody that's serious about it. It makes it easier for you to do it because you can see it, even if it's a rental property. My rental property over in Inslee, which is my first home, I've had it for 30 years. But I can see it. I can see my tenant. I can touch it whenever I need to. Anything else, I can't really touch it. And so, yeah, that's what makes it easy.
Okay. I got one more question, and then I'm gonna let you ask.
Mhm.
What's your why, Miss Adrienne?
My why
Why do you do
is
what you do? What keeps you going?
right there. And that's my daughter, y'all. My baby, my children. Because I want to be able to leave a legacy for my children. And to be able to help other people, because I say it all the time, everybody cannot afford to purchase $200,000 house or higher. Everybody cannot do that. And so because I feel like a part of my reason or my purpose for doing this is for me to purchase the house cheap, but be able to sell it to them still at a price that they can afford and be proud of what they have, because we're not putting any junk out there. So to have somebody walk up to me and say, or not walk up to me, but call me and say, hey, I have a client who's interested in this property. Cool, man. And guess what? They can afford to buy it. And so that made me feel really good when I did the first project, and it was affordable. And I sold it for $2,700 over what I asked for. And so because it was priced reasonably, then they were able to offer me a little bit more because of the pricing of it. And so I feel like my place right now is to purchase and sell below 200,000 so that people can afford it.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. All right. So, what are your fears right now? Do you got any fears right now?
I think so. I think so, but I don't let them bother me the way that I used to. Now when they rise up, I'm like, oh, okay, I see you. I see you, and I just walk on past it.
Absolutely.
As though it's not there, because it's on the side.
Mm-hmm.
And so I just walk past it like I don't see it. And what I'm doing, I was about to say a word that I said I was going to take out of my vocabulary, but try. Try is a word that I want to take out of my vocabulary, because either you're going to do it or you're not. You don't try.
Amen.
And another thing that I want to take out of my vocabulary is anything negative, any words that are negative, because once we feed ourselves negativity, then that's really what we're going to get. And negativity is not what I want at this point in time in my life. At this age, I don't have time for negativity. So if that's what you're feeding me, then I don't need you around.
And I think that's so important, because what you feed the brain is what the brain is going to do, because your brain believe either you're feeding it to your subconscious brain or you're actually saying it. Take all of it out, like positive energy, positive people, positive moments. And guess what? It's not going to always be positive. So let me just say that. Just remind yourself when it's not, all right, I need to get back. I need to get back to the positive. I need to look at, Tonya likes to say, okay, don't look at it half empty. Let's talk about this glass being half full. Like, let's talk about it's positive in any situation. But fear sometimes lets us focus on the negative versus the positive. So yeah, take that out. Take out all the negative. Focus on, okay, what is the good that's out of this situation? Whether it's a good or bad situation, there has to be some good in it.
And what you speak is what will come back to you. The words that our words frame our lives, and whatever you put out there, that's what you're going to get back. So if it, just one example, small example, I'm tired. Oh, I'm so tired. This is just for GP purposes only. But oh, I'm so tired. I don't know what I'm going to do. Well, that's probably why you're tired. Because you keep saying
I'm
tired.
Yeah.
Stop saying that you're tired. Even though you may feel that way, you don't have to verbalize it. Once you verbalize it, then that's what you're going to get back. So that's just what I've learned to do. Not always say what comes to my mind. There's I say to a friend of mine all the time. Well, I used to say it because I don't say it any longer. But I say, "Oh, you make me sick." Just joking though. "Oh, you make me sick. Oh, you get on my nerve." And so I had to say to that person, I'm not gonna do that because you really don't make me sick and you really don't get on my nerve. And so now when that person goes to say it, then they will say to themselves, okay, I'm not gonna say that either. And so that's that's just a part of trying to be that's a part of being positive.
Sidetrack. You can ask the next question, but I want to give a quick shout out to Walter and Erica Coleman for purchasing their first property last week.
Absolutely.
They came to us with a vision less than 3-4 months ago, and they actually did it. We're so proud of them.
Absolutely.
We got to get over there and see it. It's a thing to really be a part of people and help people, and that's what we strive to do. We was having a call before this, and Miss Bees was like, "That's why y'all so blessed, like, cause y'all just always trying to help people."
To give back.
I credit my uncle for that.
Yeah,
my uncle taught me at an early age. He said that if you ever find the people that's giving, that's blessing, they always got it to give, and that really stuck with me. That if you're giving, God will give it back to you.
Yeah.
So. Keep that in mind, in pocket. And
all right.
I went left field, but go on.
That's okay. Justin said, is it better to be a real estate agent or a real estate investor?
Oh, let's go. We'll let you answer that one. If y'all got questions, y'all, for us or Miss Adrienne, drop your questions. We just talking until y'all ask questions, all right? So if y'all don't ask no questions, we just gonna keep talking. But if you drop some questions or some comments, that's what we want. That's what we feed off of.
Okay,
they can hear you for the record.
They can hear you.
Hey, y'all.
That's a good mic.
I'm sorry.
Pretty nice mic now.
We got a random question, Nick.
Okay, but Justin, it really doesn't matter when it comes to investing. It does not matter whether you are an agent, and as an agent, I'm just more privy to more information. As an investor, then you're not privy to the information that I may have. But guess what, baby? I can be your real estate agent. But yeah, it really doesn't matter because an agent will be able to provide you with the information that you're needing. So no, you don't have to be an agent to be an investor. I just happen to be that.
And so I would say know that whichever level you go in, there's a certain factor of risk. When you become an investor, your risks are a lot higher than just being a realtor on the deal. And when I say they're a lot higher, because you're putting your money up front as far as doing the deal, you're investing in it a lot of cash before you get that return. As a realtor, you're marketing that deal, so you don't have as much risk as the investor that's involved in it. But guess what? Most investors are going to make a higher return. So guess what? The bigger the risk, the bigger the reward. But just be comfortable with whatever risk. So which one is better? Whichever one you pick. If you truly want to be an investor, then like Adrienne said, you don't need to be an agent to be an investor. You just need to get out there and do it. Don't worry about it. What is it that you truly want to do? Some realtors start off as a realtor and then they work their way as an investor. Some investors start off as an investor and then work their way and also becoming a realtor. No way is the right way. Whatever is the right way for you is really what
that
it
was
is.
Such a good answer, lady.
Good.
That was good. That was really good. For real.
Okay. Carl said, what can I learn? What can I learn from this situation? Absolutely. I think that is really important. Asking what out of this situation, whether it's good, bad, what can I learn to make it better so that you're not continuing making the same mistakes? Because everything is a lesson learned.
Okay. What's next?
But to answer his question, what can I learn from this situation? I'm not sure what situation he's speaking of, but by the same token, to answer from what I think you're saying is to get some mentors. If you don't have a mentor, then you're just out there like a fish outside of the tank. You're trying to survive, but you don't know how to survive. So my suggestion would be to find mentors that you trust. And there may be others out there. I'm certain that there are. But I can be assured that these two are one of the best, if not the best. So my suggestion would be to find a mentor.
Thank you. So so Carl put any situation, but in any situation, what can I take from it that's going to help me grow? I think that's why Adrienne has had the success that she's had over this year span, is not getting lost in, okay, this little piece of the puzzle didn't match up the way I thought it would match up. So now I got to stop. I can't do anymore. It's not meant to be because it didn't match up perfectly. Just because the situation doesn't match up perfectly doesn't mean that it's not meant to be. That just means you need to work to make it fit. Some things are going to require some work, but don't let fear say, okay, well, since it didn't match up, I'm not going to do it and I'm going to quit. No, keep trying until you get it right, and take those lessons, because those scars, those lessons, they're important for your growth. They're important for you to teach others. And if you don't have them, how are you going to be a blessing to others?
Yep.
Ask questions.
Lots of questions.
As it's always said on our coaching calls, in REI Live, at our property walkthroughs, get in the room.
Get in the room.
The magic is in the room.
Yes, the magic happens there in the room.
Yes, that's what I was about to say. Yes.
So if you don't know, we have a conference coming up. Go join our Facebook group, REI Decoded. We are giving away, Mr. Derek Gooden of Gooden Inspections is giving away a free ticket to the conference. All you got to do is join the group.
All you got to do is join the group. And you're going to be entered into a chance to win a free ticket to Simple Sexy Flipping Conference. It's January 12th and the 13th. The 12th is meet and greet. The 13th is an all-day conference. We're literally teaching you classroom style, and then guess what? We're going to make it tangible. So whatever your learning style is what you're going to get. Shout out to Rowdy. Shout out to Derek. Shout out to Darius. Shout out to Nicole, who have agreed to bring you guys something amazing as it relates to getting off the sideline and getting into the game. Y'all keep hitting me up talking about I'm going to get these VIP tickets. I'm just going to tell you, we got 2 more spots and VIP is about to be sold out. Adrienne, you experienced VIP. Would you go any other way?
Probably not.
Probably not. Probably not.
Just saying.
So one of the things that is so amazing about VIP is being able to talk to the speakers, being able to have that different conversation. And I just want to share this before we go, because it just made me think about it. I had a friend, and I was trying to figure out at one point, like, why every time we go to an event, you got to go to VIP? Like, why you just can't sit back here with me and we just like learn together? And I didn't understand that the growth that she had came from being in VIP.
Yeah.
Like, the growth that she had from a 3-month span was every event we went to, she got a VIP ticket. She was meeting with the speakers. She was changing her mindset. She was elevating. She was growing. And I was like, well, dang, girl, you done had like a whole 360 in this year. And she was like, it's because of VIP. So after that, y'all, it doesn't matter what it is. I'm getting in VIP. I am speaking with the speakers. I am getting in the rooms. I am getting in the masterminds. Like, whatever it takes to grow, whatever it takes to change my mindset. Your mindset changes with the more information you know. And guess what? That information is not going to come from your inner circle all the time. You got to put yourself and be the smallest fish in somebody else's pond in order to grow. So guess what? That's the things that VIP allows. It allows you to talk to the speakers, hear about their experiences, get you over those barriers that you thought was really an obstacle that really wasn't, because that speaker just took you to the next level, or that person next to you just took you to the next level.
And I'll say this about VIP. A lot of people may be afraid to get into VIP because if you are like me, you've experienced paying for VIP and thinking that you're going to get what you pay for, and you don't. So you're like, why did I pay for VIP? I got the same experience that everybody else got. But at the end of the day, with the Denmarks, you will get what you pay for. And then you get into, as Ashley just stated, the private room, dining area with all of the speakers. And you're able to pull on them. I got a chance to sit and talk to.
Yeah, who did you talk to?
Who did you sit by?
Tell us about this conversation. Who did you talk to?
Right.
You talk. Oh, okay.
You was
Okay.
with Rowdy.
You talked to Rowdy.
I was
Okay.
with Rowdy, yes. And he had us laughing the whole time we were there. He's a fun guy to talk to. He's down to earth. You'll probably get the chance to talk to him at the meet and greet, but still it won't be the same as being in the private setting in the room, getting a chance to talk to him. I've talked to a number of people. I even got a chance to talk to Gilberto. Gilberto and I have seen each other, but we've never actually really had conversation. So now when he sees me out, he's like, "What's up, buddy?" He's talking to me because he knows me. On the other hand, who does not know me in REI Live? People come up to me, speaking to me, and we're like, "Hey." I don't know who it is.
I want to touch on with you sitting next to Rowdy. I feel like that has helped you when it comes to the confidence you have when it comes to real estate and when it comes to rehabbing as a whole and talking to contractors, because he was able to share with you, okay, here's some stories. Here's how you need to get your stuff together to make sure you can hold them accountable and still stay in your lane and work with them. So yeah, I can see where that confidence meets.
Totally agree. All right. So any more questions? I have one more question for Miss Adrienne. So if y'all have any questions for Miss Adrienne or myself, put them in there. What's next for Miss, like, to have a rookie year like you just had? How do you top that?
How do you top that?
What does next year look like? What does Miss Mooney's next moves look like?
He said, "Miss." Okay.
I don't even know what that means. I'm so sorry.
You're not a female, but I get it.
What that mean? What that mean?
So she's saying a part of her next year trajectory is getting a partner and doing it with a partner.
That's MISS, that's MRS, and that's MS.
Okay.
Okay, there's a difference. I'm MS, trying to be MRS.
So you trying to put a ring on it?
I'm just saying.
We gonna be talking about real estate. We talking about marriage.
So we talking about partnerships. We're
Partnerships.
talking about partnerships.
Okay.
That's how we get that together. So partnerships is how we top. That's how we top that rookie.
So I know you. Y'all so funny, man.
Everybody that knows me knows that I like to have fun. I like to laugh, and so I'm just being me.
All right. So I know that you was talking to us about a potential partnership that you're working on.
Yeah.
Give us some soft details of the partnership that you're working on.
Okay, so after we closed on Friday, the other person that was in on the funding said to me that they were interested in a property. I was like, "Oh, okay. I want to see it." "Oh, okay." So then we're texting back and forth. I said, "Am I gonna be your agent?" She's like, yeah. We go and we look at the property, and she said, "You know, you're gonna be in 50% on this deal." And I'm like, "Huh?" So, yeah. And the way that I'm gonna be 50% in on the deal is just by being the project manager, just going by, making sure that they're doing what they need to do because she's not able to do it. So I'm just going to go by and make sure that they're doing what they need to do. And I said, just provide me your credit card and they won't have to call you while you're at work. They'll bother me. And it's okay because I'm I mean, I need to buy stock at Home Depot for real. They know
You're gonna
me.
get them
They know
rewards.
me.
Yes.
I got 'em. But they know me at Home Depot for real. And my female contractor, one day we were talking, and she said, Miss Adrienne, they love you.
They love you.
At Home Depot. She said you should go by and introduce yourself. And so I did. And so now when they call me, they're like, hey, Miss Adrienne, girl, how you doing? And so it's just building rapport and making them not just feel like a cashier, but I think now they feel like they are a part
Of the team. Absolutely.
Great.
Absolutely.
So the soft details of the tentative agreement is one of our students asked her dad to invest. And the dad said yes. And she asked the dad, what's the limit? She said, ain't no limit.
There's no limit.
How much you need?
Dad said no limit.
There is no limit.
So my conversation to you, if money is a part of your fear, I don't have the money to get started. I don't know where I can get the funding from. Have you talked to the people in your inner circle? Have you told people that you're interested in investing in real estate, that you're interested in doing whatever you're interested in doing so that you can get to the next level? If we don't have those conversations, whether they're comfortable or uncomfortable, nobody knows what it is that you're doing, that you want to do, that you aspire to do. So guess what? You don't get the things that you need. So having those conversations, being open-minded, talking about it is really what landed her the opportunity. That was going to be the last person she asked.
Yep.
And sometimes that person that you put last needs to be the first.
Yep, totally agree. So like the way this is so beautiful, how this is going to work out. So her dad's going to lend the money. She's going to find the properties. Miss Adrienne is going to...
We found the property.
They put an offer on it.
Offer on it last night. I'm waiting to hear back from them today.
Come on, let's get it under
Miss
control.
Adrienne's going to manage the property. They're going to pay the dad 12% interest. And Miss Adrienne and Miss Beasley is going to split the profit on the deal. Now that's how you create win-win
situations. Yeah.
And it's a cute little house.
That's how, if you got to be around the right people, like everybody's not doing those type of deals.
And understand that real estate, you can do real estate without using your own money. It's about using those brain cells. Sometimes it may make you a little exhausted, but using it and structuring it so that it's a win-win. They're not putting up any of their money. So for the people who say, I need to have 30, 40,000 in the bank, you don't.
You don't.
You don't.
Adrienne's not putting any money into this deal.
No. Adrienne hasn't put any money into none of these 6 deals that she has done. They have all been OPM other people money. All. From her personal HELOC to business funding, they have all been using other people money.
I was going to say something. I forgot what I was going to say. You took too long talking.
That's how you feel.
You made me forget. I promise you made me forget. I promise you made me forget. That's what I was going to say.
Okay.
In partnerships, understand that there are 3 T's.
Okay.
And we talk about these 3 T's all the time.
Wait, go ahead.
Let's go.
Time, talent, and something else.
It started with a T.
I know.
Hopefully.
Time, talent, and
treasure.
Okay, see, you doing that. I'm thinking.
Okay, Paulina got it. Paulina. Stand up. Time, talent, and treasure. And I think this deal that y'all just orchestrated.
Thank you, Joy and Pauline.
Is the definition of that partnership. Miss Adrienne
Come on, Joy.
Miss Beasley has the talent to find deals. The dad has the treasure.
It's a win-win.
It's the win-win-win. Whatever you're lacking, go find it.
Go find it.
Go find it. Whatever you're lacking. If you got time, but you don't have the treasure or the talent, go find somebody with the treasure.
And the talent.
And stop thinking everything got to be equal. Everything isn't created equal.
Right.
Sometimes you might have to take a smaller cut to get your foot in the door.
You got the time to find the properties. I got time to write the offers.
Here we go.
Got time to write the offer over here with the A. Let's go. So I will say thank you, Ms. Mooney, for sharing your experience. All right. You didn't talk about this. On your transactional funding deal, and we're gonna wrap it up with this question.
Okay. This was her in your sleep money
It's your,
deal.
in your sleep money.
You did no work on it.
How many points did you get on your credit card?
How many reward
How many
points?
reward points did you get?
No, that was
The other one?
the first one that I funded. That was the one that I funded.
No,
Okay.
that was that one, wasn't it?
Oh,
Y'all talking about the same
yeah,
one?
the HELOC. Okay,
Oh, not the
okay.
HELOC. Not the HELOC.
No.
Okay, so overall,
Overall, how many reward points you got? You don't got to get the exact number.
187,000 points.
And that translates to how much green?
$1,800.
$1,800 for just knowing how to maneuver money.
To structure a deal. All right. So can we tell them real quick what happened? So
Bro, we ain't got
real
time.
quick. So
Okay.
what Adrienne did was someone needed something, they needed funding to close on the deal until their funding was ready. So what Adrienne did was she stepped in as the transactional lender. She lended on the deal for, I think it was about 30 days. And after those 30 days is when she made a lump sum. She didn't have to meet with the contractors. She didn't have to look at paint. She didn't have to do.
I just dropped the card.
She swiped the card. She did it on a business credit card. She swiped the card, and a month later, she got her interest for being the transactional lender. But on top of the interest, as if that wasn't enough, she got $1,800 in rewards, cash, on top of what she got.
Yeah, it was good. It was good.
That's nice. I'm still waiting on my dinner from that movie too.
Okay. I got you.
I think I was promised some type of lunch or something.
I got you. We can go to lunch after this.
Can we go?
Let's
No,
go.
we
Where
can't.
we going at?
Where we
We're
going?
gonna sizzle.
We're not gonna tell anybody where we're going because they might try to.
Ain't no
to-
sizzlers open. No,
I said we're not going. Okay, well we're going to
We
see.
going
Hello, we finna go, man. Thank y'all for coming. Hello, we got a question.
You are goals, Adrienne. Keep doing your thing, being the bank and helping everybody.
Thank you so
Aww. Aww.
Bank what it is?
Banks are us.
Yes.
Banks are us.
Absolutely.
That's
That's the
our
goal.
slogan now.
Become the
Banks are
bank.
us.
Banks
Become
are
the bank.
us.
Yes.
All right.
You gonna wrap us up?
I am not.
Well, I'll
Miss
just
Adrienne's
say-
gonna wrap us up.
Hey, I just want to say thanks to the Denmarks for having me today. And I thoroughly enjoyed myself. And then I want to say thanks to our beautiful audience. We appreciate you guys for spending your time with us. And
Are
come
you
back.
talking about the in-studio audience or? Because you got two
We got
live
a
audience.
little- we got a little audience in here too now.
Audience, live and virtual. I'm appreciative to everybody.
I can't deal with
I'm
y'all,
appreciative
man.
to everyone.
Y'all are so funny.
Some more than others, but I appreciate you for being here with us.
Thank y'all for watching.
I love you
I
guys.
hope you guys got something out of this. I hope that you are knocking down your personal fears and barriers because you are the one putting them up. There's nothing stopping you from accomplishing your goals. If you set goals for 2023 and didn't accomplish them, it's time to do something different.
Yeah.
Do it.
And that difference typically starts from within. So don't give up on yourself. We're rooting for you every step of the way. Keep pushing, keep striving. Consistency is the name. Just do what you got to do. We love you guys. Let's go. Peace.
Yo, what's going on? What's going on? Listen, it's Keith Everett, Real Estate Diddy. I'm right here at the Simple Sexy Flipping Conference. I gave 10 ways on how to find off-market properties. If you're somebody trying to learn how to use the bank, find private money lenders, and knowing how you can fund the properties, you need to be here.
I would definitely recommend this event to anybody, especially if you're looking to get started in this business, because sometimes you just don't know where to go. And sometimes you don't know how to get started. And sometimes it could be the reverse. You got the motivation, but you don't have the education, or you have the education, you don't have the motivation. So sometimes it's being in certain rooms with certain people that'll kind of uplift you or inspire you or get you moving, get you thinking. But more importantly, this is the kind of room you want to be in, especially if you're a newbie.